For the people who watch my channel quite a bit, it'll be no surprise to know that I buy a lot of my triathlon gear used. So today I'm going to give you guys a little guide for buying used triathlon gear without getting burnt. So this guide is going to be really useful for you newer triathletes out there who aren't really sure if you want to stick with the sport yet, maybe just want to try it out and not spend your whole life savings on a new bike and wheels, wetsuit, etc. But it's also going to be great for more experienced triathletes like myself who just want to upgrade their current setup without breaking the bank. So most of the stuff you guys see in my videos I actually got used. My Guru, my Cervelo, my Marinoni, all of those bikes I actually bought used. Even the two wheel sets I have right now, the Zip 404s, I got those used about a year and a half ago. The new Eastons that I just bought, I got those used. The wetsuit that I'm using right now is actually used too. So it just goes to show that you can buy pretty much anything you need used and save yourself a lot of cash. First thing you need to know to start buying used triathlon gear is to know where to find it. So most of the time the best place is to either go on Craigslist or Kijiji or whatever the most popular online classified website in your area is. That's usually a really good place to start. But in my experience, a lot of the people on those websites aren't selling the highest quality stuff. They'll be selling more low-end bikes, lower-end stuff like that. You usually can't really find the better zips or more carbon fiber bike frames or TT bikes, that type of stuff you don't really find on those classifieds. So that brings us to the next place, which is your local triathlon or cycling website. Usually will have some sort of classified system. So just for an example, here in Manitoba, we have the kind of main governing body of triathlon is Triathlon Manitoba. And they have their own website with a section called Classifieds, and that's where members of Triathlon Manitoba are allowed to go post stuff that is for sale. So that's usually a really good resource if you don't find what you're looking for on Craigslist or Kijiji or whatever. Go on those websites, either the triathlon one, or if you're looking for a bike or wheels or something, the cycling websites can also be super helpful. This one is probably a little bit harder for newer triathletes, but if you're a more experienced one who trains pretty often with a team or who goes to a lot of races, just letting other triathletes or triathlon coaches know that you're interested in buying new wheels or a new bike or a new wetsuit might get them thinking like, hey, one of my buddies might be looking to sell his wetsuit or something, or I have a pair of wheels in my basement that I'm not using anymore. Just talking to other triathletes can help a lot to find someone that might be selling what you're looking for. And if you're trying to buy something from a triathlete that you know, they'll probably give you a little bit of a better deal, and it works out well for everyone in the end. So once you've decided on which piece of equipment you want to buy, if you want to buy wheels or a bike or whatever it may be, do some research online on that specific model before you buy it. You can never really trust an ad. If that person is saying that these are the best wheels out there, do some research first and make sure that they don't have any major issues. It's not uncommon for people to sell something online because it's starting to have issues and they might not tell you. So go online, look at the forums or whatever you can find online, reviews, and see if like maybe the bike you're interested in buying has a bunch of creaks and the parts are bad quality and everything is breaking after a year of owning it. So if you're buying a bike that's a year old, it's going to start getting a bunch of problems, so you probably want to avoid that one. So that's some information that you can't just understand or know by just looking at a bike. So for example, I'm a bike mechanic and you might think like, hey, you should just be able to show up to a bike and know everything about it, know if it's good or bad. But there's absolutely no way I could know that a certain bike, just starts going bad, starts having quality issues after a year and a half. And if that's well documented online, you should probably avoid a bike that has those issues. Another thing you should do online before you go out and buy anything is to make sure you're getting a good deal by looking at similar products and seeing what kind of price they are at. So if I'm looking to buy a bike frame that's someone selling for $1,000 in my area, but I look in maybe a different province, a different state, and I see that someone's selling one for $600, I know that this guy is selling his bike for way too much, and I could probably haggle him down a little bit or just avoid it altogether to avoid overpaying for something that you can get a lot cheaper. So once you finally decided what you want to buy and you know that it doesn't have a ton of issues and it's not way overpriced, or you can haggle them down a little bit, go take a look at it, make sure it's in the right condition, make sure that whatever they're saying on the ad is true. If they're lying about stuff on their ad, I would definitely avoid that. And remember that you're obviously not obligated to buy anything, and don't buy something just because you really want it. If it has quality issues or if it's too much money for you and they don't want to go down on the price, don't buy it and don't waste your money on something that's not worth it. So if you're really interested in buying something but it's a little bit more expensive than you like to pay, what you can do is get more things added in. So we'll take an example right here. If somebody's selling a bike for $1,500, but I only really want to pay $1,400, what you can do is ask them, like, you know what, I'll do $1,500 if you throw in these pedals that you have on there. They weren't selling them with the pedals. Get a little bit more for your money, ask for a bottle cage. What happened with my Easton wheels is that I got the 10-speed cassette included with the price of the wheels, and they also came with really nice tires and valve extensions and stuff like that. So I might not have paid the exact price for the wheels themselves, but what came with the wheels just helped make the price a little bit more reasonable for the whole thing and makes me a lot happier. So there you go, that's how I buy my stuff for cheap, and that's how I get really good quality stuff that's a few years old and pay half the price that you'd be paying for it brand new. If you guys are interested in more triathlon videos for newer triathletes or for more experienced ones, be sure to check out the rest of my channel and subscribe if you want to see more upcoming triathlon videos. Thanks for watching, everyone, and never stop trying. Harder for newer found the part that you want to buy. You found a few people watch my channel a lot. It'll be no surprise to know that a lot of the gear that I buy for triathlon is used. So today I'm going to give you guys